Hi, it's Randall. And just quickly, I want to jump in and talk about challenges. Actually, number 1 and 2 that you all came back to and said that these were the greatest challenges going on in your business right now when it comes to landing corporate contracts. The two, and they're related, are getting your foot in the door and getting to the decision maker. Now, what I want to share with you about this, and this pretty much comes from both my experience as, actually my experiences as a buyer for the world's largest company at the time, as being a national account sales manager, from knowing how to actually maneuver through an organization, and from actually being an executive around setting the stage about how decisions got made in the company. So let's quickly give you some background, some understanding around why this exists, and hopefully that'll help you to navigate what it is you're navigate where you need to get for what you're putting into the market. So the first thing I need for you to understand is that getting to the decision maker and getting your foot in the door has a lot to do with what you're selling, because what you're selling is part and parcel to the process that a company has put into place for purchasing it. Now, what I need you to know is that large companies have multiple strategies. They can have 5, 10, 15 different strategies on how they go to market to purchase what you sell. So in some cases, the decision is a team-based decision. So you have to understand what the decision-making process is, who's on the team, and you have to deploy more of an account management strategy rather than a single sales strategy. In other instances, there is one single decision maker. And I know some of you are probably saying, or you might be saying, well, Randall, there's always a decision maker. That's the way it works in my company. But think about this. If you hired a lot of people in your company and you empowered them to do certain things, you even gave them expenditure levels where it was up to them to make decisions that had a certain financial impact, would you countermand their decision because someone who didn't go through them came to you directly? And the answer is probably not. Your leadership style might be questioned. It may be a valid decision on that one-off occasion, but more than likely or not, what you'd want to do is, if that person didn't hire someone that should have been hired, didn't do a contract with somebody that should have gotten the contract, you probably would bring them in and coach them and show them how to improve their decision-making process rather than countermand them. Because you might lose their trust and respect and commitment if you continue to countermand the decisions that they made, which is why, from my executive experience, what I can tell you is it's a rare situation when I countermand the decision of my team. It was rare. So the situation that you want to avoid is going around the decision-making process, getting to quote unquote the decision maker, putting the decision maker in a bad position, putting the team in a bad situation, and potentially creating enemies who will sabotage your success because you weren't their choice. So you want to avoid that, and it is avoidable. But the key thing that I want you to have some appreciation for here is you won't get the answers to any of this until you understand how the particular customer you're going after goes to market. And in this case, getting your foot in the door is a function of understanding whether what you're selling is bought at the plant level, at the field level, or at the home office or corporate level. It could be purchased in a regional level, but regional is a substitute for corporate. They just moved a corporate function to a location. So you want to find out where it's purchased. The second thing is you want to understand who all is involved in the purchase. Is there an end user? Is there a project team? Is there a buyer? Is legal involved? Is HR involved? Is finance involved? Is supplier diversity involved? Will this be consumed by one person or a team of people? Is it something that they're purchasing for one location or multiple locations? That's going to determine what level of service you need to provide, and how many touch points you're going to need to have in order to get the decision to go your way. And If it's a purchase at the field level, there's a certain level of rigor that goes around field purchases, although they are purchased at a lower level. And there's an extensive amount of rigor typically that goes around home office or corporate purchases. And in which case, it's going to take longer to close that deal. It's going to have a lot more implication in terms of the significance to the business and the due diligence that they're going to do on you and your business to make sure that you can handle the contract. So, the last piece I'll throw into this is if you are a certified company. I know a number of you have had some so-so experiences with supplier diversity, but supplier diversity continues to be one of the quickest ways that you can actually get in and at least begin to figure out who within a company you should be approaching, doing your research on how they go to market, what they buy, and a whole host of other things. And then the last piece is simply being crystal clear on what it is you sell and the pain that your product solves for a company. Crystal. Because with that, whomever you talk with has enough information to be able to guide you to the right place if you aren't talking to the right person. So, recap. You need to understand whether or not the product is purchased at the field level or at the home office level or corporate level. You need to understand whether or not an item is an indirect material or direct material. You need to understand what the decision-making process is. So you need to understand if it's a team-based decision or if it's an individual decision. And you need to do your homework to make sure that what you're selling is very, very clear so that even if you misfire and you go into the wrong place, somebody can get you to where you need to be. That's it. Good luck. We're going to be doing a live Q&A coming up real soon, so keep watching your emails if you got any questions about what we talked about today and you want some more information. This is Randall. Good luck. Talk to you soon. Bye.